Gavin Teasdale has made his college decision. And it's Iowa. He's going to Iowa, okay? Now, this was announced on the PA Power Wrestling podcast with Jeff Upson and Eric Knopfsnyder. Great podcast. I'm a Pennsylvania guy myself, and I've listened to their podcast. I keep up with PA Power Wrestling. Phenomenal podcast. I have it linked in the description below so you can check out the full length of it. Now, Teasdale, first we have to ask, why is this such big news? Okay, why? Who cares? Well, Teasdale is a 4-time PA state champion. Impressive. Not many people can say that. In AA from Jefferson, Morgan, okay? Now, he was at Penn State last year, supposed to wrestle 125 pounds, ended up dropping out. Now, he came back for a couple days, was going to wrestle the Southern Scuffle, was signed up for it, ended up scratching out, didn't wrestle. So, everybody's wondering, what was the deal? What's the deal with Gavin Teasdale? Why isn't he wrestling? What's going on with him? Well, now we know, okay? Teasdale was making some bad decisions, and he said that, okay? I'm not putting words in any of his mouth. I'm not out here judging anybody. I'm just relaying the news that Teasdale said. He said he made some poor decisions. He was smoking weed. I don't know if there were any other drugs or alcohol involved. I don't know that. He said he was smoking weed, and he just thought that there was other approaches to life. He said he was, quote, doing stupid stuff, okay, getting into bad habits. Wasn't really enjoying the sport of wrestling anymore. And, as somebody who trains that hard, I've heard Teasdale's name since he was in 4th grade, okay? And he's been wrestling this long, no doubt has a lot of pressure on him to succeed. He got away from the sport a little bit, and it's unfortunate, but now he's back into it. He got into the habits that he wanted to. He's actually been training in Iowa for, I don't know how long, a couple months, but he's been in Iowa training, and this is what he said on the PA Power Wrestling podcast. He said, "I need a hands-on type of coach that's there for you through the thick and thin, and that cares about you not just on the mat, but cares about you as a man." Now that was some heavy stuff, some shots fired a little bit at Cael Sanderson. And from listening to the full interview with Teasdale, it sounds like he wasn't a big fan of Cael. Now, everybody's not going to fall into a certain coach's, style, okay? And Teasdale just didn't fit Cael's style. That's kind of what it came down to. And as well as these other things. Now, what he also said is, Cael said that there were 3 things that make up a wrestler, which I always like hearing different coaching styles. And this is what Teasdale said about Cael. He said there are 3 things that make up a wrestler or a student athlete in general. You can only choose 2, though: a social life, a wrestling life, and an academic life. Now, a lot of wrestlers, as you probably know, have to give up that social life. That's just how it is. They can have a little social life. They can hang out with their teammates, but there's not much outside of that. They got to focus on their academics. They got to focus on lifting every day, practicing every day, training every day, running every day, all this stuff. I mean, it's just so much to do. Well, Teasdale last year, I guess he focused a little bit more on the social life, and other areas suffered. But now I'm excited to see how he does at Iowa. And Iowa is looking loaded. Originally, he was supposed to go to Iowa, which was pretty interesting. Supposed to go to Iowa originally. Ended up going to Penn State. But now he's got his young gun boys there and Spencer Lee. He's got Max Murin there. A lot of PA kids on the team. And Teasdale is another one. And listen, he said to leave you with something, he said he's stopping trying to please people. And he's just going out there to please himself. And that's kind of what it comes down to.